never renovated a bathroom before. I have absolutely no experience, but that's never stopped me before. For those of you that are new here, hi, I'm Rose, and 2 years ago, my boyfriend let me redo his place so that it would feel more like home when I moved in. Fast forward to now, he's my fiance, and I've renovated almost the entire house, except for this bathroom. I still have a few projects left, but I've finally decided that I can't stand looking at this one anymore. So let's see what I can do about that.
Okay guys, today is the day. We are tiling this shower. Thank God, it has been a project and a half. Okay, so the first thing that I'm gonna do is I'm going to dry fit the flooring tile and like number them and everything so that when I go to lay down the thin set, I can just slap the flooring in. But first I have to reveal to you guys what the tile is. Okay, so for the floor, we are going to be doing this like matte black hexagon tile and white marble walls. Now, I think that this combination is super pretty. If this were my forever home, I may be taking sort of riskier design choices, if that makes sense. Like, I love like a green tile shower look, but because of resale value purposes, I'm not going to be doing that. This feels like a pretty safe bet, while also kind of keeping it true to our style, trying to make it look pretty, you know? Like, not super builder grade. Anyways, I'm gonna dry fit the floor now. All right, I think that it's time to start making some cuts so that I can have some straight lines here. All right, so I just went ahead and I cut these tiles so they're all dry fitted. Now, normally, according to my research, you should be starting with the shower floor before doing the walls, but the problem with doing that is that I am on a time crunch here, so I don't have time to do the floor and then let the floor cure and then do the walls. So instead, what I've opted to do is all of my floor is cut out, and I took my laser level and I drew a line around the entire shower. And so I am going to start doing the wall tiles. The reason why I drew a line is because this is a slope shower pan, so it's higher in some areas and lower in others. And so I'm going to line up my tiles across this line so that as I tile up to the ceiling, it's not all wonky. Because that was the thing that I hated about this original shower, actually one of the many things that I hated, was the fact that the ceiling was completely crooked, and I really don't want to replicate that on accident. That being said, I gotta mix up some thin set and then start putting up wall tiles. I am very nervous to do this. So I bought these little like leveler things. Oh, okay, so they snap easily. That's what they're supposed to do. I shouldn't have been futzing around with it. But basically, I am going to be using a leveling system here because they're bigger tiles. And so it needs to be nice and flat. There's not as much forgiveness with it, which kind of sucks, but it is what it is. This is for like small divots in the wall. It's not for anything super drastic. So I'm really hoping that I have this wall pretty level. I did take my 4-foot level and put it here, and there's only slight gapping in certain areas. So I don't think it's gonna be anything like bad or structurally a problem. These are really big tiles, and I know that for really large tiles, whoops, I am supposed to back butter. And I've got my 1/2-inch trowel. First one up, I guess. Holy shit, this is very nerve-wracking. Oh, that's just sliding right off. Amazing. Why? It's just slowly sliding off the wall. Why is this happening? Okay, straight to Google it is. Okay, so I looked it up. It's, as I suspected, gravity's just not my friend. There's nothing wrong with the thin set that I am using. So we're gonna try something different. I have this 1x6 here, and I'm going to drill it into the studs, create a ledge for support so that the tiles don't slide off and break. Okay, that's pretty stable. I think that can hold a good amount of weight. Here goes our second attempt to try and get a tile up. Let's try this again. First tile in. I'm gonna add another screw just for safety. Bloop. I think that's the center.
You're making good progress.
Oh no. Oh. Yeah, you've told me about him. I don't know, it's a pretty sick nickname though. Why can't I have a cool nickname like Noodles? What's his actual name? Does anyone know? Nobody knows his real name. I gotta say, I'm a really big fan of these like little self-leveler things. These things are dope. All right, I'm gonna need you to tell me if this is lined up or not. Oh, there you are.
You get like a temporary bench.
Listen, we don't gotta talk about that. That was very upsetting for me. So the other day, I wasted all of this time driving. I think it was like 40 minutes from us to go to a Floor and Decor. That's the closest one that there is. It took me 40 minutes just to get there. And I basically what I was getting there was 2-inch thick curdy board, because I wanted to build a bench in the shower because I was like, how else am I gonna shave my legs? And I don't like those little corner bench things. You know what I'm talking about? I don't want a half bench, I don't want a quarter bench, and I don't want one of those little shelf things. So I was like, it's gonna like look weird. And like, if we're gonna build our dream shower, like I want it to look nice. So I'm like on the phone with Tim trying to get measurements because I didn't like really pay attention to the fact that the board was like 8 feet long and like 2 feet wide. I don't know why they made it that way. It doesn't make any sense. Anyways, I'm like on the phone with him trying to do measurements. And we're trying to figure out like, okay, well, like what size bench do we want? Like, do we want it to go all the way to the glass shower door that we haven't ordered yet, so we don't have the measurements for that? Like, how are we gonna do this, right? I'm literally wasting all this time standing here and I'm all stressed out because I'm like, I'm running out of time to, like, I've got a tile, I've got to do all this stuff. And then Tim on the phone just goes, why don't we just buy one of those benches on Amazon that's like, they're like little like wooden looking benches? And I was like, why did you not mention this earlier, Tim? And what was your excuse, Tim?
Because you didn't ask me.
Because I didn't ask you?
Yeah.
Well, listen, that's never stopped you from giving your opinion before.
Yeah, but I didn't know what subject to give my opinion on. It's not like you brought up the subject of benches and I was like, I don't have an opinion.
I was so upset because I had just wasted, because it was 45 minutes to get there and with traffic like 35 to get back. So it's, or maybe 40. So it literally took like 2 hours out of my day that I already didn't have to spend. I blame Tim. It's Tim's fault.
You know, you always blame me and it's never my fault.
You know what? You know how I know it's always your fault? Because the good people of YouTube say that it is Tim's fault. Is it Tim's fault? Let me know. Ooh, second box of tile down. Okay, let's see if I cut this correctly. I got it right. Oh my god, oh my god. Okay, which way do I want this to go? Do I want it to go this way? Yeah. Woohoo! This looks so freaking good. Oh, I love that. Oh no, hold on. I just realized I bought a shower niche that I have to tile in here. Damn it. Oh no. Got a paint opener. So peel this right off, hopefully. There we go. Can't believe I just did that. I mean, I guess I've never done a shower niche before, but okay, so we are on day 2 of tiling. Something that I realized last night that I should have done, I should have also started on these 2 walls instead of tiling up so high this way, because these bottom tiles need time to set because of the weight of, what am I standing on? Plaster? Because of the weight of the tiles, this has to have time to really set so it can support its own weight before I can even like tile like down here, for example, because this wood's got to stay here to support it in the meantime. So I should have done that last night so that it could have cured into place, but alas I didn't. Whoops. Second one down. Now I can tile. Okay, never mind. I spoke too soon. I just realized I don't have trim pieces to go on the wall here. So I can't tile this because I have nothing to butt up against. So now I have to run to the store really quickly to get those. Okay, now I've got to install this trim piece here. Straight, okay, cool. So I have to do this shower niche here, like tiling it, but I have to account for this shelf that's going in here because it's attached through like grout lines. So the way I'm gonna measure it is I'm going to take body wash and shampoo bottles just to see how tall I need to make this. All right, so I'm just gonna measure where this is, and then I'm gonna cut my tile and just stick it in there. Two. So I would like to stop and talk to you guys about something. So it has been brought to my attention that apparently someone is impersonating me on TikTok. Actually, multiple someones. So here's the story. I don't really know how TikTok works. In fact, I don't even have a personal account for TikTok because I try to stay off of social media. Hi, Kirby. Despite the fact that my job is social media, I don't personally use it a lot. So I had a lot of friends telling me you need to repost your content onto TikTok. So I created an account like a year or two ago, and I posted, I don't know, like 15 or 20 shorts that were on my YouTube channel and then posted them to TikTok and then completely forgot about it entirely. I sort of figured that like the juice wasn't really worth the squeeze, and I didn't understand how the algorithm works because it's not even a platform I use personally anyways. No hate, I just don't understand it. So fast forward to now, and I had several people commenting on my YouTube channel saying that there were multiple accounts on TikTok pretending to be me. Thank you, by the way, to those of you that let me know that. I really appreciate it. Kirby, stop licking your bowl. Kirby, he's just moving from bowl to bowl. So anyways, I looked them up and I found a string of accounts. One of them has more followers than I do on YouTube, which kind of pisses me off because I'm like, you seriously stole my face and my content, pretended it was you, and you're doing better at it than me? Like, that's bro. So anyways, I have decided that I'm going to start posting on TikTok to try and reclaim me by my own face, I guess. I'm reclaiming Rose Renovations. I'm reclaiming it by posting on TikTok, and hopefully with a built up enough profile, it will be enough for people to realize that there are imposters out there. I have gone in and reported the accounts, but apparently it doesn't do much. Anyways, long story short, I don't really know what to do about it except start posting more on the platform so people know that like that's my real account. And I also linked it in my bio for YouTube, so there's a direct link there. I guess other than that, the only thing I can do is tell you guys that my TikTok account is rose.renovations. There are no other ones. Everything else is a fake. I'm honestly really confused because I didn't think that I was cool enough for someone to like steal my identity. Tim, does that make me popular? Yeah? I've never been popular, so that's weird and violating at the same time. So anyways, that's all I wanted to share. Oh, also, if you're new here, I post videos every single Monday, so if you could like and subscribe, that would be a massive help to this channel. Thank you. Now back to the video. All right, so the next thing I gotta do is I have to cut this plastic housing off around here. I think it was meant to stay on plumbing fixtures because it's welded to the plastic. I think it's just one of those like poor design situations, but it's fine. I'm just gonna take a Dremel and just trim around it. So even though I just cut the plastic housing off of this, my ADHD has kicked in and I have decided that I would rather work on this area instead. So we're gonna forget about that for a second. That honestly sounds so bad when I actually say that out loud. Normally I just like do things without having to explain it, but because you guys don't understand what's going on unless I explain it to you, I have to say these things out loud. Being unmedicated is really a strong choice. I don't think I can, actually I just realized I don't know that I can put this trim here until I have these tiles up.
Why? Because you need to know the thickness of the tile and how far it sticks out?
Mm-hmm.
Yay! Woohoo!
I am no further than I was several hours ago. Amazing. Love that.
You got a piece is cut.
This is true. Still. Anyways, you want to help me measure and do these?
Sure.
Really? That would be great. I need to do this quickly though because I've already made my thin set and so I don't want it to dry.
Do you have the trim pieces cut for the niche?
No, but that doesn't matter for this part. Here, can you pan over here? Okay, not to fret because I actually have this piece cut to go here. So I can at least stick something. It looks pretty good to me. Oh, this one's got to be trimmed down a little bit. It needs the smallest amount taken off. You see how it's... You don't get a snack for eating dinner, Kirby. Nice, that's super level, so I don't have to worry about these things. Because this only works when the tile's wet, or the thin set's wet, and it's not, so.
Mm-hmm.
Ooh. Yeah, I'm shocked that this one came out perfect. I have been riding the struggle bus all afternoon dealing with this wall. Oh my god, I have. I've done this in 2 hours. I've done this section in 2 hours.
It's not bad.
That's not terrible. It would be nice if I could get this done before Tim gets home, just because it would be nice for him to see it. Ta-da! Second wall done. I mean, I haven't done this niche yet because I keep f***ing it up, but that's fine. I'm gonna do the last wall and then we're gonna do the niches last because I'm worried that I'm gonna start running out of tile, so. Okay, so it is official. The next thing I'm going to be doing is putting down my floor tile. I'm so excited to do this part because it's gonna look super official. I'm not going to remove everything and then throw it down because there's a lot of little bits and pieces that I cut that came off of the mesh backing. So I'm just gonna work in small sections and hopefully that works. Well, this is as far as I managed to make it this week. I was massively delusional because when Tim asked me how long it was going to take me to tile, I legitimately told him 1 day. My time blindness is really bad because it is now a week in and I am still not done tiling. Not only because I am exceptionally slow at it, but also because it seemed as though every day something new happened where I needed something that I didn't have and I had to drive all over Los Angeles to find it, which wasted a lot of time. Also, I only have like 5 tiles left, so I think I need to actually go buy more tile. The tiling portion of this is not going well. I mean, it looks good, but there's been a lot of technical issues. I'm gonna walk away now before I get too upset at the fact that I didn't finish and we still don't have a shower to use in this house. So, bye now.
So I didn't manage to finish tiling this week like I fully expected to be able to do. But that's okay, because there is always next week. If you're interested in videos like the one you're watching now, then this video here might be worth a watch.